That drafting table must be 70 years old. Whoever furnished the Ritz must have bought credenzas in bulk. An old rusty hot plate. The luxury of hotel living. Nice wastebasket. Envelope. Whoever wrote this has worse penmanship than I do. Either that or it's written in some weird language. Nothing to find here. Yeah, looks like a business card. This warehouse is just down the street from the Ritz. Yeah, it's an old photograph. A rickety reading lamp with no light bulb. Man, Nilo runs a tight ship. I shudder to think about all the butts that have sat in that cushion through the ages. Damn, no spare change under here. Looks like Malloy made a special llama pal back in his younger days. The label on the box says it was shipped from Mexico. These boxes are empty. Wonder what they're doing here. These boxes are empty. The label on the box says it was shipped from Mexico. Airport of the Gods. My Uncle Marty owned a whole series of these books. Go-Karts of the Gods, Lunch of the Gods. I loved this book when I was a kid. Aliens, spaceships, mysterious structures. Then I grew up and realized it was all a load of crap. No play, bub. I never look at these personally, but I do remember this one. It was the Amazon Woman edition featuring 37 pages of full-color pictures. Nice. I loved this book when I was... Looks like a letter. I wonder who this David Wright is. And more importantly, if Malloy's been to his cabin in Oregon. This looks like a pawn ticket of some kind. Looks like Rook did some business with Mr. Malloy. I wonder if Rook could let me redeem this receipt. Who am I kidding? He'll do anything if the price is right. Particle board and plastic never looked so good. And lamp looks like an urn wearing a Chinese hat. What a fabulous view. This bed looks hard enough to tap dance on. Man, what's this? Looks like a scarf. Ooh, this scarf reeks of cheap perfume. I guess Malloy must have had a lady friend in for a visit. And if the lady friend wore this scarf anywhere else in the neighborhood, she'd be pretty hard to forget. Maybe I should show this thing around and see what I can find out. Nice wastebasket. A few plastic plates and cheap silverware. Malloy must have taken the good china with him. An old rusty hot plate. Oh man, Chelsee's gonna kill me. I didn't realize how long I was out. God, almost 16 hours. I was out cold straight through our dinner date. She's never gonna believe me. Oh, Chelsee's not at the newsstand. That's strange. I wonder if she's at her apartment. Rook's been running his pawn shop since sometime before the Eisenhower administration. He's a crusty, mean-spirited little troll who's rumored to have a heart of gold. Yeah, sure. He lets me buy things on credit occasionally, but then he nags me ruthlessly until I pay up. We get along all right, as long as I keep my bills settled.
Up already, Murphy? And it isn't even lunchtime yet. Or am I still asleep, having a horrible nightmare?
You know what my nightmare is, Rook? I don't know, maybe you can relate to this one. It's waking up 30 years older, a foot and a half shorter, and dog ugly.
Very funny. At least I've never had a problem getting a woman to go out with me. Speaking of which, how's Chelsee?
Well, for your information, I'm planning on having a romantic dinner with Miss Bando. What do you think about that?
I'll believe it when I see it. I don't know how she could even think about food with you sitting next to her at the same table.
For your information, Chelsee's crazy in love with me. She just doesn't know it yet. Little wine, some charming conversation, fancy dinner, a little more wine, she'll ask me to marry her.
Bah! Even if Chelsee went insane and actually wanted to marry you, I doubt you could even afford the marriage license. Which reminds me, where is the money you owe me?
I got a pretty good feeling I'm going to make some decent cash off this case I'm working on. You can keep your pants on for a while longer and answer a few questions for me. I'll pay you back with interest.
No deal, Murphy. First, you pay. Then we talk.
Nah, think I'll let you sweat for a little while. See you later, Rook.
Now, I'll admit you have some skills as a PI. It's your social skills that need desperate help. Oh, Chelsee. If I were a younger man, you wouldn't have a chance with her. Louis a good man. He seems to like you quite a bit. I can't figure out for the life of me why. Louis a good man. You know enough about me. How should I know who that is? Nilo's run the Ritz for years. He's a pig. But at least he pays cash when he buys something from me. A man by that name came into my shop some time ago. He pawned an item for a fair amount of cash. Now, if you want any information, I suggest you locate Mr. Matthews. I've seen this man before. He came into my pawn shop several weeks ago and pawned an item. If you want to find out what he pawned, I suggest you find him and ask him. Never heard the name in my life. No. Next question. I've only seen the name on the marquee outside the Fuchsia Flamingo. They finally found Rusty, dead as disco. And I, for one, couldn't be happier. I didn't care much for the drug dealers, illegal novelty smugglers, and out-of-work clowns that used to hang out at the fun house. The Flamingo looks a little too flashy for my taste. I don't know a thing about it. That's the name of the man in the photo? He only came in here once.
I need to redeem this receipt.
You didn't pawn this.
How much is it? Look, I'm willing to pay extra.
$200. Yep, plus $50 for it not being your receipt.
Well, I hope my new purchase will help me out.
I don't want that.
So this is the item Malloy pawned. I'm no expert, but this thing looks pretty ancient. Wonder where it came from. These doors lead to the Brew and Stew. It's the only place in the neighborhood to get a decent meal. The Slice of Heaven's been vacant for months. During one of my previous cases, I did a job for the former owner, Francesca Lucido. Helped her get a divorce from her dirtbag husband, and she took him to the cleaners. Last I heard, she was dating some young stud named Julio and renting a condo in Miami Beach. The Brew and Stew, Louis' diner, is more of a home to me than my place at the Ritz. Louis is probably my best friend if I have one. He's always making sure I get enough to eat, and he runs me tabs for months at a time. My current debt is up to $200. But with the smell of fresh coffee and Louis' special home cooking, The brew and stew always has the welcome sign turned on.
Wife! I noticed you talking to that older gentleman last night. I bet Rook $20 that he hired you to do some work for him.
Well, I'm happy to report that Rook owes you $20, though I'm sure he's going to be real happy about paying off the bet.
I think Rook's only nice to members of the fairer sex, and not too many of them. So I was right. You did get a job.
Yeah, he did. And he gave me a nice retainer, too. Thinking about spending some of the money on Chelsee. She'll let me.
Chelsea's like a souffle, Mike. Treat her real gentle, and don't hurry things too much. She's pretty soft inside.
Stop, Louie. You're making me hungry. Listen, we can talk about women and food later, huh? Right now, I need to see if you know anything that can help me out.
Sorry, Mike. Haven't heard of him. Oh, yeah. I remember this scarf. And the perfume on it. Young, blonde girl. Came in here a while ago. She was real pretty, though a little heavy on the makeup. I think she said her name was Emily. I don't know anything else about her. This is the guy that was with that young blonde girl who was wearing the nice-smelling scarf. Well, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say it's written in Yucatec. It's a Mayan language spoken in southern Mexico. I can't help you with the translation, though. You know who might be able to help you is Clint. I heard he's quite a world traveler. You might give it a try. You're okay in my book, Mike. I don't know nothing but English, and not much of that. That's the guy in the photo, right?
The electronics shop opened last year, and I got to know the previous owner, Ham Underwood. I got an electronics shop credit card under somewhat shady circumstances, and I ran up a good-sized bill during my last case. I hear there's a new owner now, some guy named Zach Williams.
Hold it right there. Get your hands up where I can see them. All right, now, take out your electronic shop credit card. Ah. Nice and easy. So you're Murphy. I just got your photo from the credit department. We were wondering when you'd show up here again. I got orders about you. Straight from corporate headquarters. Sorry I gotta do this. But now then, what can I do for you?
Well, I guess this means my credit's shot. You know, I'm almost certain I sent you people a payment.
Really? I wonder why we haven't received it.
Well, let me think for a minute. Maybe it's because your company is run by a staff of incompetent bozos.
Your account is over 120 days delinquent, and you owe us $1,230.
Say what?
That amount includes one fax machine, $399, one laser blade, $29, a film developing kit, $179.
For that piece of crap?
You bought it. And $623 in interest.
What?
$623 in interest.
So where's Ham Underwood? He and I are old buddies. Look, I think I can make a deal with him.
Ham Underwood doesn't work here anymore. In fact, I don't think he works anywhere anymore. I heard he opened his mouth just a little too wide and someone big shut it up for him. Permanently. Now pay me the $1,230 you owe me or get out.
Listen, I suggest you take the interest charges off my bill, or you're going to get a visit from the Better Business Bureau.
It doesn't matter who you talk to. If you don't pay the $1,230, you can't buy anything in here anyway. Come back when you're ready to settle your account. Ah, Mr. Murphy, have you decided to pay off your bill?
Well, truth of the matter is, I'm still a little short on cash. Any way we can set up some payments?
No financing. Come back when you can pay the full amount. Unless you're ready to settle your account, I suggest you take your business elsewhere.
All right. Here's your money. Now, when do I get my new credit card?
You don't. From now on, it's cash only. If you see something you like, ask me about it, and I'll give you a price.
Well, they sure got a great selection of gadgets, gizmos, and thingies. I'm not interested in Geigers. Little buggers eat till they explode. Ah, the Moonchild toy space station. Needless to say, it hasn't been a big seller over the last year. I'm afraid my credit card for this slide box was, terminated. I got one of these, and it's a real beauty. This spacecraft looks like the escape shuttle from the Moonchild. Memo pad? Jeez. Are they still trying to sell these things? A relief globe of the moon. That might come in handy if I ever have to relieve myself on the moon. They haven't sold a single visor since I started shopping here. Memo pad. Gee. Well, they sure got a great selection of gadgets, gizmos. That is one old camera. I don't think they even make film for these anymore. Missile robot. I can't stand that toy ever since it killed my cat Fuzzy. Taser. I had one of those once, but I kept zapping myself. I used to have a battery pack like this for my Robco toys. This computer has way too many keys. Tissot watches. Last one I had broke down. Those headphones sound terrible with my Victrola. Those headphones sound... That sucker reminds me of the bill collector that dropped by my office a month ago. These joysticks never seem to provide the satisfaction they promise. Now there's utility. A radio that doubles as a boat propeller. Photo analyzer. Most of the photos I've seen don't require much psychiatric help.
I'm here to answer questions about the merchandise, and that's all. If you see something you're interested in, ask me about it, and I'll give you a price. Then if you want to buy it, you give me the cash, and you take it with you. Got it? Good. Our vid phone prices are very competitive. $399, not including installation. The Toppa Globe runs for $479. The visors don't work, so we're selling them cheap. $10 each. The Canon Hyper Zoom is our most popular model of camera. $759. Those are tasers. They're a joy buzzer for the 21st century. Kids love them. $33 a piece. The Robco Supercomputer. It's our top of the line. $5,999. The video watches are priced pretty low. $15. The teeny laser disc never caught on, so these things aren't much good. Robco Sticks of Joy are only compatible with the Robco Ocelot gaming system. $89 a piece. I wouldn't worry about the miscellaneous items unless, of course, someone suckered you into buying a Robco computer. The remote control Geiger is a favorite of mine. All of the fun and none of the mess. $799. I'm not sure what that thing is, but it sells pretty well. $220. The Robco Colony Cruiser is every kid's dream toy. That's why it'll cost you 900 big ones. The Cyber Nanny is a real breakthrough in the field of child supervision. $1,259. The headphones are scientifically designed to work with almost any portable disc player. That kind of compatibility doesn't come cheap. $150. This new rodent tracker has some features that weren't in the 8000 model. It's got a strafing feature for cockroaches and a butane ant torch. It's a little pricey, $899. The visual analyzing apparatus allows you to examine objects and enhance different quadrants digitally. It's a steal at only $70.
Well, I hope my new purchase will help me out.
The Robco battery pack is specially designed to be used with certain Robco products, such as the alien abductor, which I happen to be out of at the moment. It's $20 for the battery pack.
Well, I hope my new purchase will help me out. Well, this doesn't look too complicated. Just insert whatever it is I want to examine, then click on the area I want to magnify. The Cocoa Cabana was just opened by a reformed bum named Clint. I met him during my last case when he was living in a dumpster in an alley behind Rook's pawn shop.
Yeah.
I thought I'd just come by, check out your place. Maybe order myself a snack. How about a vanilla shake?
Vanilla's for pansies. The only thing I serve here is pure creamy chocolate. And if that's too strong for you, well, then get lost.
Okay, well, let's see the menu. Oh, your house special looks interesting. Clint's enchanting chocolate chili. Does that come con carne?
Read the sign again, bonehead. It says, sorry, no carne. Besides, I'm all out of the chocolate chili. Sorry.
Tell you what, why don't you surprise me? I'd like something tasty, but not too rich.
Sorry, I happen to be out of everything at the moment. In fact, I was just about to close up for the day. So unless you have something important on your mind, well, why don't you just run along?
Louis told me that you might be able to help me out.
Ah, how's that?
Well, he says you're quite a world traveler. Tell me what you make of this.
Let's see. Oh yeah, here it is. The cheese factory is on fire. Hell, I can't read any of that crap. Jesus, I tell Louis I went to Tijuana a couple times and now what? Suddenly I'm Marco Polo? Ever heard of her? Nope. Drawing a complete blank. Emily? Yeah, you must be talking about the girl who sings at the Flamingo. She's come by here a couple times with a gigantic guy named Gus Leach. He runs the Fuchsia Flamingo, and he might be Emily's boyfriend. They come by every once in a while and order the bliss on a biscuit. Actually, now that you mention it, the last time those two were here, Leach dropped a key under his seat, and I didn't find it until after they left. I've been meaning to run it down to the Flamingo, but if you're gonna go that way, drop it off for me. Don't know a thing about it. Did you know that there's some kind of secret door that comes out of Rusty's funhouse over by the warehouse? I saw the cops open it when they were there last week.
Louis told me that you might be...
Totally unfamiliar to me. It's a warehouse. What do you want me to say? Oh, I wish I could help you. That's Emily's stage name. This scarf belongs to Emily. Love that perfume. Smells almost as good as fresh chocolate. The Flamingo seems like a decent club, but there's no chocolate on the menu, so, why bother? Nilo? An open sore on the face of humanity. At one point, I had to choose between living at the Ritz and living in the dumpster. I took the lesser evil. Totally unfamiliar to me. He's that new guy running the electronics shop. That blood-sucking tightwad. He wanted me to pay rent for living in the dumpster outside of his pawn shop. That guy's a real gem. Hell of a cook. Chelsee's a nice girl. But whatever happened between us was over long ago. Don't let the torch she still carries for me stand in your way. All right, you brought me a chocolate pie when I was on the skids. I'm indebted to you for the rest of my life. You're a god. Happy?
So Emily works at the Flamingo with someone named Gus Leach. Now that I got the key, maybe I should go ahead and pay him a little visit. This is the old Zebra building. They went out of business a long time ago. I think they made prison uniforms. Someone bought the old Bijou Theater and turned it into the Fuchsia Flamingo. I'm not sure if that's an improvement. No shortage of trash receptacles in this part of town. Looks like a metal rod, maybe an antenna. Dumpster smells like a compost pile, only worse. Dumpster smells like... It's all locked up.
Didn't mean to wake you, Emily. I'm sorry. How did you get in here?
You recognize this? It's your key. You dropped it down by Coy Tower, but I brought it by just to check and make sure it was the right one.
Well, you're a regular Boy Scout, aren't you?
What's funny you'd say that, because I used to be a Boy Scout, Troop 77. But now I'm a PI, and I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What's that smell?
I'm not sure, but my best guess is this is what you're smelling. Oh, it's not mine. Really?
Where'd you get this?
Well, I found it next door at the Ritz. That's where I live, and I've been trying to find out who it belongs to.
I'll make sure it gets to the right person. Now, why don't you run along before I call the cops?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think Mr. Leach and I hit it off pretty darn well. At least he told me what I wanted to know. Emily lives at the Flamingo. Now I'll just have to find another way into the club and get past that big mutant. Maybe Chelsee could help. Seems to me she mentioned having a membership to the club. If she's home, I'll apologize and see if she'll go out for a drink with me. Maybe at the Fuchsia Flamingo. When I get to Chelsea's apartment at the Four Gables, there's a knot in my stomach as big as a cantaloupe. She's probably convinced I stood her up. I'll be lucky if she even talks to me. Hi.
You're just a little late, aren't you?
Okay. I know this looks really bad, and you're probably really upset with me.
You're damn right I'm upset. I didn't deserve to be stood up.
This has to be one of the worst days of my life. I finally get a date with you and somebody decides to knock me out. I wouldn't blame you if you never talked to me again.
Oh, I have heard a lot of lame excuses, but this has got to be the worst one ever.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. I was out for like 16 hours.
And why should I believe you?
I told you before, Chelsee, I am crazy about you. And I'd do anything to make you crazy about me. I couldn't help not being here last night. But if you're not going to believe me, we might as well call it quits right now. I mean, we'll never get anywhere if you can't take me at my word.
You're right. I'm sorry. I was just really looking forward to seeing you, and well, then you didn't come, and well, I figured you'd changed your mind.
No way. You can feel the bump on my head if you want.
Ooh. Are you okay?
Nothing a little TLC and 4 fingers of bourbon wouldn't take care of.
I am really not in any shape to go out for a drink. I've been up all night, and I am a total wreck. Give me a day or two to recover, and, well, we'll start all over. Okay?
Okay.
I am sorry that you had a bad night. And I'm even more sorry that I got so mad at you. Have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Fuchsia Flamingo proudly presents your entertainment.
I fly back home and walk over to the front door of the Flamingo. Luckily, someone other than Leach is checking the memberships. I get a nice older couple to sponsor me, and I'm in like Flynn. Looks like Lucy Love is wearing the scarf I gave to Leach. Nice to meet you, Emily. Now I just gotta figure out how to get a minute of your time. Unfortunately, Leach hasn't taken his eyes off me since I sat down. He's probably wondering how I got in. I better get a move on before he throws me out. As soon as he gives me an opening, I'll see if I can slip upstairs to Emily's apartment.
come near me and I'll scream. I mean it.
Hold on. I just need to talk to you for a minute.
What do you want?
My name's Tex Murphy. I'm looking for Thomas Malloy.
I know you.
Have we met?
No, you're a detective, right? Listen, I have to get ready for my next set. Why don't you have a seat right over here? I've heard you can help people.
I do my best.
You think you can help me?
Well, it depends on the problem.
I think someone's gonna murder me.
Why would you think that?
It started a couple days after Thomas left. I got a weird call. Someone asking where Thomas had gone. I told them I didn't know, and they hung up. A couple days later, I found a note in my room. After I read it, I was so scared. I told Gus. He told me not to worry about it. That it was just some freak who gets off on scaring women. But I know it's not like that. It's serious.
Oh, this sounds like something the police ought to handle.
Gus says he'll protect me. He doesn't want the police or anyone else taking care of me. I know he means well. But sometimes... But he's always been so good to me. I don't know what to do.
I'll need to take a look at the note, if you still got it.
I do. But I tore it up after I read it. I was gonna throw it away, but I decided to save it and give it to the police.
Good girl. Now, have you received any calls or messages like this since then?
No. But I feel like someone's watching me.
I'll check that out. By the way, did you tell me your real name?
Emily. Emily Sue Patterson.
Listen, Emily, I'll do what I can. But you gotta promise me that you'll tell me everything about Dr. Malloy.
Well, that's probably fair. I think I can trust you. Why are you looking for him?
Actually, I was hired by a friend of his to find him.
Hey, Emily, you're on it. What the hell are you doing in here?
Gus, it's okay. He just came up for an autograph picture. I'll be right
Get the photo
down.
another time. Get the hell out.
We were done anyway. Good night, Lucy.
Don't bother going back to your table. Just keep on walking right out of my club. If I see the flamingo again, I'll break your legs.
Well, my bar tab's on the table. Guess that means the drinks are on you. Night, Leech.
Men are imbeciles, women are erratic. Is this any good?
Well, not really. The guy generalizes too much, and I think all people who generalize are idiots.
Well, I'll have to cross that off my list of things to do.